Hello.
Okay.
Alright, so what is your name and what are your pronouns?
Yep, so my name is Sally.
Do you have any pronouns or?
Yeah, it's just Sally.
That's okay. What degree are you doing and what year are you in?
Yeah, I'm currently a second year student studying computer science and finance.
Great. What is your campaign slogan?
It's Stronger with Sally.
Who is your campaign manager?
It's Bob's son.
What is your campaign colour?
It's Matcha green.
Do you have the hex code by any chance?
No.
Okay. We just like to get the exact colour.
Okay.
What is your faction?
Penta.
Are you currently or formerly a member of a political party?
No.
Describe your politics.
Yep. So my major politics. I don't have. Sorry, I missed it. So I don't have like a major politics sense. I'm more like just to help to build a better community and like to support the students and members.
What is your stance on USU incorporation, both incorporation as a substantive matter and the attempted change to governance at the SGM?
Yep, I think incorporation is a good thing for all students and members. Yeah, so I would support that.
Alright, now moving on to clubs and societies. So what involvement have you had in clubs and societies?
Like what club I joined to?
Part of any clubs?
Oh yeah. I'm in the computer science club, which is called Sinks, and I also joined a lot of other clubs like dance club and also yeah. So.
Have you had any executive roles in one of those clubs?
No, not at the moment.
Or in any other student body?
I like outside USU or just
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also the student representative for the academic board and also the student representative for faculty of science board and also faculty of science university school.
So
To clarify, when you say student rep and academic board, as in the faculty of science student representation?
Yes.
Thank you.
So when people say, increased funding for clubs and societies, what specifically do you envision?
Currently, clubs are getting like, for small clubs, they're getting like around 950 per semester. I think that's not enough to sustain like a better, a good event and events for students. More funding will mean that we could try to get more from the university, from the Sabey, or from the revenue to give back to the society and clubs for students.
Yeah. So you say like it's about like the amount of money, which is why the current funding model is a bit inadequate.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's also the reporting requirements?
Yeah, I would say that.
Could you elaborate on that?
Like reporting, you mean like how much USU is giving out? Or?
Yeah.
And what do clubs have to do in return? Like what do they have to give to the USU?
Like society and clubs should like have reports on like where did they use this amount of money and have a report back to USU.
Yeah, that's great. Now on to the USU more specifically. How would you describe the powers of the USU board on the student community?
Yep, so I think USU plays a lot of roles in the student life and how have more enriched student life events for students during this time, and they host events like a week, providing more variety of colors on the campus. Yeah.
You have a policy on hosting regular catered meetings with USU members to understand the role of the USU and facilitate suggestions. Could you elaborate on how you would manage this and what you would do with the suggestions? Do you feel that a significant number of students would be interested in this?
Yep. So currently, from my friends or who I know, they don't really actually know much about USU, like what USU is currently doing. Even though I know USU is sending out newspapers, but our student doesn't really actually know what the USU is actually doing. So I think having a regular meetings or general meeting like something like 2 weeks ago, but more generally having like students to give back to USU or the feedback or suggestions, I think that will really help USU to have moving forward which area they should focus on. Yeah.
What role do you think politics has to play in the USU?
I think because for me, I don't really have a political stance, but I think if politics works and if it's served for the interest of students and it can help build a better community, I think it's good. Yeah.
What is your stance on the volunteer structure of the USU, and would you support paying members of the V team?
I think the structure currently is good. So I know that there's a lot of voluntary students in the V team, and there's a large number in there. So I think they are okay now. Yeah.
What do you think has been the biggest achievement for the 2024 USU board?
I think it's like they operating like things like Food Hub after COVID, and which I think a lot of students will benefit from that. As the cost of living is rising currently, I think things like Food Hub or other events they host, it's really great for the student community.
Yeah. Which USU service do you engage with most frequently?
Like universities, so like just
yeah, like a service could be like the food places or like the clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm more engaged with the club and society, and I will also go to like USU outlets. Yeah, they are really great.
Yeah. Which USU service do you think is most important to students?
I think club and society definitely plays a lot of roles, giving more events and like student life on campus. I think that will play a major role.
What do you think is the greatest weakness or limitation of the USU besides incorporation?
I think there's as what I just mentioned, like rising of cost of living. I think some of the food on campus is quite expensive, and also there's also on the limit of food options, variety of food on campus. I think like having maybe lower cost of food, or like more variety, exploring more variety of food option on campus would be great.
Great. So every year, almost every candidate speaks about better, cheaper, and more food. How do you propose the USU do such a thing?
Yeah. For example, as for Hub as an example, currently, I think they should have open up donations, because I personally know that some people want to donate to Food Hub, but they don't have a option to do so. I think opening up donation would really work for Food Hub, and also finding some of the sponsorship for Food Hub will also increase the variety of food, and reach out to like food banks. I know Food Hub is wanting to do so, like reaching out to food banks instead of just purchasing from directly from like the market, will lower the cost of food, which will lower the cost of the operating Food Hub, and also increasing more variety of food. Yep, and for cheaper food, and more variety of food. I know USU currently has opened up rolls and bowls, and also Nene chicken that's also coming up. So I think stuff like this will really help with more variety of food on campus. Yeah.
Great. Right. You mentioned wanting to set up USU social presence on Say Redno. The USU has already set this up. Do you think the USU's current outreach to international students is adequate?
Yeah, I think USU open up on Redno would really benefit reaching out to international students, but also probably WeChat, which is also another social media platform that international students use a lot. I think having both platforms will really benefit from it.
Do you think currently, though, the USU's outreach is inadequate?
Yeah. The direction is going, I think it's adequate.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
I'll do the follow-up question. Yeah, because obviously the USU is actually incredibly concerned with this. They have deliberated quite a lot. It's something that if you look at the meeting minutes, it goes up to the board level when they deliberate on things like these. And also, it's actually someone's entire job in the student experience department to take care of international student experience and events. What do you think is the disconnect there if the USU is going to such lengths and actually having such, wanting to do such a thing, but when you say that it's inadequate, well, where do you think that disconnect comes from? Because I don't think, do you think it's a lack of effort, or do you think it's that whatever they're trying to do isn't just not reaching?
I think the USU's currently doing is, I know that USU is hiring more people to do to operate in the Redno account. I think it's good that what they are doing right now. Yeah, later on.
Alright, thank you for that. So now we'll move on to activism. So what issue do you think students are most concerned about right now?
Listen, for international students, I think it's the student overcard, the concession card overcard issue. It's been fighting for several years right now. And there hasn't been a major change to that, I think. Yeah.
What is the most ambitious objective or election promise in your campaign, and how do you intend to achieve it?
Yep. So I think things of student overcard and or activism, it's good. But I think what the USU should focus on is actually the service and food for the students. Even though activism is good, but food and service is the major issue that USU is doing. Should focus on. Yeah.
What is your involvement in student activism?
I don't actually have much. I don't.
Have you ever petitioned or gone or protested or anything like that?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
What is your stance on the BDS movement? It's the boycott, divest, and sanction movement.
I don't actually know much about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But as a follow-up, do you think that the USU should take an active role in making sure that they invest and invest responsibly, and also the people that they partner with should also be ethical companies?
Yep. So I think having ethical companies that partner would be very great. Sorry, for the first one, should USU
should they also should they look at their investments and see what companies that they're investing in?
Yeah, I think they should. I think that would really be great for student bodies. We have an ethical partner.
Were you involved in the 2024 encampment at all?
No.
And what is your stance on the campus access policy? Have you been involved in any action regarding the cap?
No,
Do you know what the campus access policy involves?
not really.
Alright, now on to our fun questions. So, if you were a frog, what colour frog would you be?
Green.
And what drink would you be?
What drink? Water, if that counts as a drink.
Real ice or no ice?
With ice.
Yeah. Alright, and we're just up to our final 2 questions. So, why did you decide to run for USU board?
Yep, so I think currently, that's what I mentioned before, like the food on campus is quite expensive, and also there's a limit to like all the food options on campus. I think I really want to like change that, like having more rich student life on campus, and also cheaper food, affordable food on campus, and exploring more food option for students.
And in one sentence, why should students vote for you?
Because I feel like I don't have like compared to other candidates, they might have like a political stance. To me, what I want to do is raise the best of interests of students and raise their voice and stand up for them, and reach out to any resource that I can to help them. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for your patience.
Thank you for you guys.